So this is what my world's become. I'm thinking about petty crime. Whatever, let's do this first. 11:30 p.m., Wednesday, September 14, 2016. Alan Boltby at my Yorkville condo recording voice memo 1 about the search for David Burns. My sleep and memory suck these days, so I want to preserve the facts of finding Clare Burns' son. I may have found something, or it's random suspicion, I don't know. The background first, though. I saw Clare in Grange Park Saturday evening, September 10. She pleaded with me to find David. She needs help, and I have time. Sarah encouraged me too in the 5 minutes she offered Sunday morning. She's lost in her world again. Anyway, Sunday I wasted time assessing if finding David was like a missing persons case. You know, someone's disappeared unexpectedly. You look for odd behavior with family or friends or online just before the disappearance. You check with police and hospitals. But I realized that David's actions hadn't been unexpected. When he left Spring Woods, he tacked a note on the front door that he wanted to be out of touch. And 6 years later, nothing's changed. This isn't about contacting the police or hospitals. David chose a new life, one without his parents. The rest of Sunday, I checked social media and searched online. No David Burns that looks like Clare's son. I also read the report of the P.I. Clare hired a year after David left, in 2011. Not much to it, except there was every reason to think David was alive. Monday, I visited my old high school, Spring Woods High. David went there too, 2005 to 2010. Once the administration checked with Clare, a few science teachers tried to be helpful, but it's like David's grade 12 class just faded away, maybe into the memory of the boy killed in that farm accident. Certainly, David was a loner. He did well in computer science, though, and that teacher mentioned David seemed to be going through some stuff in his last year. Best insight I got, and no one's heard from David since he graduated. Tuesday evening, I was ready to throw in the towel. March 2013, Clare stumbled across David in a coffee shop and followed him for a few days. She discovered he was going to Westwind College, the downtown Toronto campus, except they claim they have no record of him. One software prof said he thought he recognized David from Clare's pictures, though, but couldn't place the name. It makes no sense. My last idea was to speak to David's old landlord. Clare followed David to his apartment in 2013, too. She went back in November 2014, but the landlord said David had skipped town. I found the place myself this afternoon at Lansdowne and Dundas. Part of a row house. Most homes are renovated, but the place where David lived is pretty decrepit. I decided to check out the back alleyway first. That house has a narrow backyard with tons of vegetable plants behind an old mesh fence. There's a walkway to a deck and back door, and stairs down on the right to what I guessed was the apartment. I went back to the front door, and an old guy answered, heavy accent, very unfriendly. He kept saying, "No apartment, no apartment." Probably thought I was from the city of Toronto, looking for illegal apartments. I finally got him to understand I was looking for David and that Clare talked to him 2 years ago. He hardly glanced at David's pictures. Kept saying, "Gone, didn't pay me, gone. Nobody downstairs, just tools, lawnmower, now go, go." Last year Sam Rogers told me I was meant to be a detective. I don't know about that, but I just felt the old guy was lying through the few teeth he had. So I went back to the alleyway, and it backs onto a small city park. Found a quiet spot around 7 p.m. and watched. The old guy came into the backyard a half hour later, watered his garden, then cut back some plants with a clipper from his tool shed. No one went in or out of the basement apartment. It was still warm and humid when the house went dark. Shortly after, I opened the backyard gate and went up the walkway. There's also a small basement window around a corner to the left of the back door. I shone in the flashlight on my phone. No tools or lawnmower in there. A neatly kept apartment. And in the back corner, a desk with 2 computer monitors. I then went down the stairs to the apartment entrance and took a picture of the lock. All the time I thought, that apartment is really well kept. Tomorrow, I need to ask Clare if David was messy or neat.